Hello there, you're now with me, Hendy Gui, and welcome to your 5 p.m. English news on TVS. Let's dive into today's topics. The Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Sarawak Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud and wife Puan Ragat Krudi Taib arrived at the late Tan Sri James Masing's residence to pay their last respect. Reminiscing the fond memory of working alongside Masing, Taib described the Bali assemblyman as a friend and a true gentleman.
Taib remembers vividly the moment he first approached Masing to be one of his ministers under his administration during his reign as the fourth chief minister. Saddened to lose a friend and a colleague, the governor said Masing was a great leader as he is sincere and loved serving the people. His Excellency told a story full of expression when met by reporters earlier today. The late Deputy Chief Minister passed away at 7:05 a.m. on Sunday due to heart complications at Norma Medical Center. He will be laid to his final resting place on Wednesday, November 3rd, after a funeral wake at the Association of Churches in Sarawak.
Dignitaries, family members and friends continued to visit the residence of the late Tan Sri James Masing to pay their last respect. Among those who paid their last respect were His Excellency, Head of State Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud, accompanied by his wife Puan Ragat Krudi Taib. All of them comply with the standard operating procedure set. There are also RELA personnel assigned to facilitate the traffic movement. Lorenzo Isaac has the details. Over to you, Lorenzo.
Thank you, Hendy Gui. A somber atmosphere continued to envelop the residence of the late Deputy Chief Minister Tan Sri Dato' Amar Dr. James Jumut Masing at Ong Kiang Swee, Iris Garden, Kuching here today. A day after he passed away, Masing, a Kapit Iban, obtained his first degree, a BA in Education, from New Zealand in 1975. He went on to earn his MA in 1978 and PhD in Anthropology in 1981 from the Australian National University. He was the first from his community and the first Sarawakian to earn a doctorate in anthropology. He was very passionate when it came to the topic of origin, nature and destiny of human beings. Today, Tuan Yang Terutama Tun Pehin Tan Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud also came at around 12 this afternoon alongside his wife to pay his last respect. Also present to pay their last respect were the Minister of KPD and HGP, Datuk Sri Alexander Nantalinggi, and Minister of Transportation Sarawak, Datuk Sri Sim Koi Hian. Immediate family members of the late DCM can be seen paying their respects as well, and each of them seem unable to hide their sadness. Even in a state of mourning, everyone here is strictly adhering to the COVID-19 SOPs. Rows of flower bouquets of various types are also increasingly filling the living space of the deceased house, clearly symbolizing the love and respect from the people. That's all from me. I'm Lorenzo Isaac and videographer Muhammad Rafiq, TVS, Kuching. We return to the studio.
Now, SFC Integrity Day 2021 was launched today after being postponed for a year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The theme, True Heroes Are Made of Hard Work and Integrity, is in line with the main principles of SFC. For more updates, we will be joined by our reporter on the ground, Noor Suhaida. Go ahead.
Thank you, Hendy. The inauguration of Sarawak Forestry Corporation SFC Integrity Day was officiated by the Urban Planning, Land Administration and Environment Assistant Minister Datuk Len Talif Saleh on behalf of the Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg. Also present were SFC Chief Executive Officer Tuan Haji Zulkifli Muhammad Aton, Director of Forest Department Sarawak Datuk Hamdan Haji Muhammad, Director of State Integrity and Ombudsman Unit Tuan Haji Adana Haji Jet, and Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Director Encik Muhammad Zaki Hassan. SFC Chief Executive Officer Tuan Haji Zulkifli said the value of integrity among SFC staff was enhanced to curb disciplinary cases, including corruption, forgery and so on, as this would affect economic development as well as trust in the government and community stability. For the record, the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission Director also presented certificates to 2 SFC enforcement officers in appreciation for rejecting bribes amounting to 30,000 ringgit and 5,000 ringgit. Now a little throwback, SFC is a statutory body of the state government which was established under the provisions of the Sarawak Forestry Corporation Ordinance 1995. The main function of the SFC is to manage totally protected areas or TPAs and conserve Sarawak's biodiversity, apart from being entrusted to protect wildlife in Sarawak, especially fully protected species. This jurisdiction is administered under the National Parks and Nature Reserves Ordinance 1998 and the Wildlife Protection Ordinance 1998. For more updates, be sure to tune in for the Nightline tonight. I am Nur Sahida with videographer Zaim Zarfan reporting for TVS Kuching. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Nur Suaida, for the update. Now we will be right back after a short commercial break.
Rezeki Tuhan, rezeki tanah.
The Sarawak State Budget 2022 has just been announced, and it's time for us to chat about it in detail with policymakers and corporate leaders. Join me, Mona Abdul Manap, for the Econ Roundtable Season 2 on TVS, Channel 122 Astro and MyTV. See you at the table.
The kain tenun is quite complicated to make if not done the right way. The embellishments and designs on the Royal Tenun Pahang certainly comes with its own meaning and philosophy.
Tenun Pahang dia special, dia ada keistimewaan dia lah.
We should use this wonderful heritage to continue creating wonderful check patterns.
Walaupun dah berbagai-bagai teknik, tapi teknik lama tu mesti juga kita hidupkan.
Welcome back. Now, keen of producing its own vaccine that are of quality, effective and safe in an effort to turn the country into a hub for vaccine production and boost confidence in vaccine use. Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob today launched the National Vaccine Development Roadmap, or PPVN, and Malaysian Genome and Vaccine Institute, MGVI.
Prime Minister Dr. Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the vaccine producers would be in accordance with the conditions set by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency (NPRA).
Walaupun pembangunan R&D dan penghasilan vaksin ini merupakan suatu pelaburan yang tinggi, tetapi ia berpotensi memberikan pulangan jangka panjang buat keluarga Malaysia melalui penjimatan kos merawat penyakit selain daripada membawa pelaburan syarikat-syarikat multinasional ke Malaysia.
In addition, through the implementation of PPVN and establishment of MGVI, highly skilled human capital in various fields of research, especially those related to healthcare and vaccines, can be produced.
Lebih banyak peluang pekerjaan akan dapat diwujudkan untuk keluarga Malaysia, sekaligus membantu meningkatkan jumlah tenaga pekerja mahir dan meningkatkan taraf hidup dan kesihatan rakyat.
Commenting further, the Prime Minister said that PPVN would not be focusing solely on COVID-19 and its role would be expanded to include the development of vaccines for other diseases, including head and neck cancer by the Cancer Research Centre.
Right, a total of 22,361,734 of the adult population in the country have completed the COVID-19 vaccination as of yesterday, October 31st. On the Health Ministry's data on the COVID Now portal, 97.7% of the adult population, or 22,872,309 individuals, have received at least one dose of the vaccines. The total number of doses administered to adults under the National COVID-19 Immunization Program (PICK) since February 24th have exceeded over 50 million. As for teenagers aged 12 to 17 years, a total of 2,091,464 individuals, or 66.4% of them, have completed the vaccination, while 83%, or 2,612,742 others, have received at least the first dose of the vaccines since the PICK program for the group was launched on September 8. Now wrapping up the 5 p.m. news, the registration for Package Peranti Siswa Keluarga Malaysia or Malaysian Family Student Device Package specifically for Institution of Higher Learning IPT students from the B40 group is expected to be open in the second quarter of 2022. The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission MCMC said it would work with mobile service providers to ensure the smooth implementation of the initiatives.
Among them are Celcom Axiata Berhad, DG Telecommunication Sundaran Berhad, Maxis Berhad, U-Mobile Sundaran Berhad, Telekom Malaysia Berhad, and YTL Communications Sundaran Berhad. The package was announced in Budget 2022, tabled in the Dewan Rakyat on Friday, and is in line with the government's intention to ensure that the people, especially IPT students, have devices and internet access at an affordable cost. MCMC said the package would help IPT students carry out online learning activities, surfing the internet for research purposes, and sending messages to family and friends.
And that wraps up the 5 p.m. English news on TVS. As usual, don't forget to tune in for the Nightline 11:30 p.m. with Douglas Elliott. With that, I'm Hendy Gui. Stay safe and have a pleasant day.